Hello and welcome to Ask Me Anything Part 1. So I had a post on my Facebook page this time. It's probably gonna be next time on my LinkedIn, maybe on my YouTube, Instagram page. So make sure you follow. And I've chosen a few people that I'm gonna respond on the questions, and then the following videos would try and respond to the rest of the people who asked questions. So the first question is by Leon or Leon. He asks, how do you get gray offers approved by networks? Do you suggest black hat strategies? If you are, then which one? And then I asked them, I thought these are extremely good topics. Lots of people are into them. And I asked them, okay, let's narrow it down. Is there any specific offers that you are running, VSLs? What platforms are we talking about? And then he responded, I'm in the gaming industry, but I've had these problems in the past with Forex, binary, but even with ecom offers like LifeVac, now with Ozempic. So I have a lot to say regarding this, and I also talk about it in my book. But essentially, I am not doing any black hat, and I don't suggest you do black hat because of a number of reasons. First of all, I always like to compare this with my gamer friends who are, playing other Counter-Strike or Call of Duty and stuff like that. And I remember when we were kids, you used to play with bots sometimes, just like the computer, you against the AI basically. And when you went back from playing with or against the computer to playing online, it was always like a feeling where you knew it's not the same and you kind of like lost from your abilities or skills, and you had to regrow everything because the way that your brain assessed and analyzed things with playing against the computer or AI is way different than anything else. So and black hat is exactly like playing with AI because you're not a real marketer. You don't have any campaign structure. You're not actually scaling. You don't have days where you actually lose. You don't really have a product. Usually what happens is that you just pump accounts again and again and have to, change strategies and just bypass the system. And it's the equivalent of selling drugs on the streets. Can you make money? Yes. Is it fast money? Yes. Is it good ROI? It's amazing ROI. But at the end of the day, it's non-sustainable. It's great for cash flow. It's great for a certain amount of time. But nowadays, I know it's very tempting with everything that happens with Facebook and other platforms, with everything really fluctuating. But again, you really want to try and build something that's sustainable. Also, lots of studies have shown that white hat in general, not in marketing, will always create more money throughout consistency and the long run. Black hat creates lots of wealth, but usually it's wealth that's being way easier spent or not being something that you actually save or get to keep. You see those companies who are exiting, none of them are black hat operations. So yes, they might have had more issues, but they actually built something that people actually want to buy. I'm not saying everyone should aim for an exit, but I am saying that it's a very good indication of, someone who also, wants your business is an indication of you building a very good business. So that's one. Two, I'm in general against anything that is scammy to begin with, that actually deceives people. And I think that it's amazing that the platforms actually have policies to nail down these offers. And I think there is a big difference between the different levels, So you have Forex and binary, which is completely like cancerous stuff. And then you have casinos that some of them or most of them are to some extent regulated, and people already know that the house has an edge and they're coming into it knowingly. So I think there is a big difference between this and that. I still think casinos want you to lose your home, want you to lose everything. So it's definitely not white hat according to my book. So then you go into Leon goes into e-com, and then he asks about Ozempic and stuff. So I'll answer, you know, a bit kind of like zoomed out version of my answer would be that being a marketer is a lot of technical stuff, and we talk about how to scale, how to lower CPAs, different campaign structures, how to build creatives, those constant questions that always change. They're very dynamic. The answers to them are they tend to change quite a lot. But there is a gray area that you have to do, like a preparation for that campaign. Go on the platform's help page. Go on a call with someone who does this, or go on a call with your rep if you're a managed client on these platforms, and ask these questions prior to just launching an ad. I think that if you are just getting creatives, getting an advertorial, and just pumping up a campaign, then really you're missing out on a big professional thing. Just like I love in my book, I always compare poker players to people who were marketers, because I've seen lots of people who are professional or semi-professional poker players go into this industry, and comparing this to that, it's almost like going and just playing poker without really knowing strategies, without really learning from a few people who have done it. A big thing with everything that you want in life is actually going and studying people who have actually done it, and that could be a good shortcut, because there are also bad shortcuts in your life. So for example, if we're talking about Ozempic, one of the biggest things is making sure that you know how to get the account whitelisted. You do not have to be a managed account for that. You can go, there is a form, and there is a bunch of stuff that they would ask you for. So for example, one is the website that you're going to promote needs to have something that's called a legit script. And the second thing is that they need a letter from either someone who's like a C-level, CFO, CEO, someone who manages affiliates or advertisers in that specific company and domain. And they have a template for that. And basically that person says that you are okay to promote this website, blah, 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 that does Ozempic and stuff like that, or weight loss. And then they approve your account, and you can start pushing ads. Honestly, with Google Ads, I would never do anything before really making sure that the account is approved for that, because the way that you start the account with Google is extremely important. Google actually remembers what you do. In general, if you also had issues with e-com and stuff like that, that's very sensitive and could be related to a bunch of stuff. Again, this is extremely wide, so I'm really answering widely. One, this could be an issue that has to do with the ads that you have. The ads could be misleading, they could be clickbaity, the content there could be sexual, something like that. Two, this could be related to something that has to do with your advertorial. Again, if you're using celebrity niches, Oprah, Elon, anyone like that actually, pops and the algorithm recognizes it. And three, probably most of all, is the sensitivity level that your user, business manager, and ad account has. So if you had lots of ad accounts banned, if you had lots of business managers restricted, if your account is flagged in any way, it doesn't really matter which account you use, because the AI system inside Facebook right now is very sensitive, and also with Google, because both of these systems have been really abused. So they're extremely sensitive right now. And it doesn't really matter what you are going to push, it's gonna be extremely sensitive. So you have less of a margin of an error. What can you do? I would try and run it from a very clean account. Clean account doesn't have to be new. When you do it from a new account, it's very sensitive, and it grabs all of your information and duplicates it into your new account from your old account. So if your account is flagged, this is going to be flagged as well. And I would also choose a page that has been restricted and reinstated, or a page that has lots of likes that have ran before and stuff like that. Same for an ad account. You want to make sure that you have a warmed up ad account. So hopefully this 10 minutes of an answer covered lots of stuff, and it was good enough for you to start your research. And thank you for asking. Okay, so next question is from Jordan. He asks, what privacy policy in terms of use to use on a landing page hosted by the affiliate to get approved by Google Ads. And then he edits and adds when promoting general e-com or lead gen offer, not casino, loans, etc. Okay, so first of all, your edit is very smart and shows that you've already tried a bunch of times, because casinos, loans, and stuff like that, they have a very specific type of like footer, text, and information that you need to provide the users with. So you want to make sure that you dive into that specifically if that's what you're running. In general, if you're running on Google Ads, you know that there is an advertiser verification. So basically, Google wants to know, because of lots of e-com websites that have basically been promoting ads on Google, and then people either don't ship the offers or provide a very bad customer service experience for the users, then Google actually wants to be kind of like filter out whoever has issues with that. So when they get bad responses, they know who to blame, or basically it's just like a psychological thing that you actually sign a paper that says, okay, I'm actually the advertiser. So when you go through the advertiser verification, Google has two options basically. Either you're the advertiser and you have the products and you actually do all of the logistics, you send it, you ship it, you make sure you take care of customer service, etc. Or you're an agency or an affiliate or someone who pushes other people's blah blah blah. So when you say that you are the person who does it, they want to see a connection between the payment method, the person who has the payments profile, what they define as payments profile, and the landing page and your credit card and your company and stuff like that. So that's the easier option to go through the advertiser verification, and that's what they actually want to see on your footer. Okay, so if you're a managed client and you've gone through this just starting out with really zero traffic and being managed, they actually want to see that, one, the name of the offer is not being promoted right now on that specific URL, is not being promoted. Two, they actually want to see that the connection between the product that's either being shipped and the company is in the same state and stuff like that. And then they don't have very specific, terms of use and stuff like that that they want to see, but you should have it. Again, I haven't seen anyone being rejected on their ads or their ad accounts being banned. If we're talking about general like e-com, or if you're using advertorials to run traffic. So that's definitely not mandatory. It is mandatory when you're gonna be managed and you're gonna have a CSM. So definitely you wanna make sure that you do that. And I'm gonna finish with just a question, I guess, about my personal life. Jason Kutasi, a person that I really like. I love him. After helping me a lot with the book, and knowing him just from the online world, and he kind of known me from the online world. So we finally got to meet, I think last year or something, or this year. But he asks me, how does your Instagram looks like you've been on a vacation for a month straight? Follow up, how are you getting anything done while having so much fun? So first of all, just like everyone, I think I upload and post on Instagram stuff from the better side of my life. and also I look at my Instagram as a timeline of everything that I've been through. So some people would break up a relationship and they would delete the posts from that relationship. I don't do that. I don't think I deleted anything. So you can actually see the partnerships that I've had, the friendships that I've had, and some of them are no longer, and some of them exist till today. The places that I've been to, and I live a very binary life in terms of the fact that when I'm home, I work extremely hard. I rarely go out of the house. I tend to not do any meetings that are frontal face-to-face kind of like meetings. And when I'm abroad, then I'm abroad, and I go on a vacation or a conference or something like that. So I actually have content to post because I don't actually work on creating content except from these stuff, or when I help people on forums and Facebook groups and stuff like that. So the second part to it is how I work. As first of all, I work when I'm on vacations too. I honestly do not remember a vacation when I did not work on, or while I was on vacation, for at least 14 years. And I'm extremely fast, I have to say. So what I do is I get my laptop ready. I have all of my tabs with all of my accounts from all of the platforms. I have everything very much set up because I kind of like duplicate what I have with my home base, big desktop, big screen and everything. And then when I go abroad, everything is already set up. I know that my computer is fully updated, my battery is charged, I have all of my tabs, and I keep a very, very clean number of notes. So I know exactly the tasks that have to be done and stuff that could be delayed for when I get back home. And then I just go and do it. I'm extremely, extremely fast. So usually I wake up very, very early in the morning, regardless if I had some drinks last night or not. And then I usually need up to a couple of hours, sometimes 3 hours, to go over the campaigns, make those changes and tasks. But I'm extremely fast, and I also have a very fast computer, so that helps. So love you, Jason, and thank you for the question.